Yes, sir. Mhm.
The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time.
Yep.
The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time.
Yep. Ace Kennedy. Hey, Ace Kennedy, my brother from another mother.
What up,
It's Friday, man. What's happening?
brother? I can't wait to go to sleep tonight.
Yeah.
Long week.
This has been work wise, man. It's been an incredibly long week, and I think that the very weird part about this week for me is that I think that I probably have gone to bed at probably after 1 o'clock every night this week, trying to, because my work days were longer than usually this week, trying to get some mixing done and this and that for the project. It has been crazy though, man.
Yeah, I feel you, man.
Yeah. But the good news, almost done with that Bel Air. It is cooking though, man. I'm getting kind of nervous in light of some of the conversations we've been having around music these days, though.
Yeah, I definitely can't wait for your project to be done just so that I can start working on some new stuff. I mean, I'm still working. It's not like that, but at the same time, when you send me something to mix, I kind of stop what I'm doing so I can make sure I get it back. I know you're ready to get it done, so
I am, man. It's almost like how I remember. So I remember it's this is the one thing that I love about our partnership, right?
Yeah.
Is that like when I first put out the Bel Air 1, I just remember how excited you were for me seeing that you put out the breakup first, right?
Yeah.
And then what was real dope about it is that by the time I put out the Bel Air, then it was like, all right, well, we're back. After we put it on out, everything was cool.
Yeah.
Then we back in the lab working on the next Ace Kennedy project, right?
Right.
And the thing I think that I remember being real dope about that experience was that because on that project I was more involved, it still felt like I was working on my own music. I didn't like, if anything, it was like, we always try to top the last project, right?
Yeah.
So I thought that it was real dope. And so I think that that's where, because your last project for us sonically was fire, right? Production wise, everything stepped up. Everything, it's like we know more, right, than we did when we put out the first project. So I think that that's why I am excited about now putting this out, but then also your next few projects that you do though, man. Like I'm excited for you for those projects though.
Yeah, I'm excited too, man. I just spent quite a bit updating some stuff for the studio. I'm real excited for these new sounds that I'm gathering, the stuff that you're getting, like definitely stepping up. And also not just stepping up, but also looking for an easier way to get things done because of how fast people consume stuff. And
right,
it's like, it's the music business. People forget the business part of the music. And so, we're getting older and this is a young man's game. So if we trying to stay in it, we got to stay in it. So
absolutely. I think that I am pretty excited because I know that you mentioned before that you were about to go ahead and start doing a bunch of singles, right?
Yeah.
Just single. And I think that I am excited for that because there's so many, because I think that the one thing that you and I typically go that we always marry to a project, right? We're putting out music with the idea that it's part of a collective. And so to be able to just say, I wrote this song, boom, put it out. I wrote this song, boom, put it out. That's different.
It is.
And yeah, that is way different. I've always thought that, like I've always wanted to put out a classic album that you ride all the way through and not have throwaway songs though, bro. So
yeah, well, I just have a different idea in mind, because the other thing that you and I have always talked about is we need more visuals. And so the thing is that I want to do a package of record, master, video, like just a whole package and keep it moving. And, my thing is that I've been performing a lot more, even, virtual stuff and now that I'm capable of doing concerts from the crib, like, all of that stuff is just going to help with the movement of stuff. And so, and I also have some different ideas on getting the product moved into a different direction. So it's got to start somewhere. And so I just don't want to be married to the idea of committing to a project when I can just get a song done and
shacking up with it, huh? You ain't married, you shacking it on up, huh? Right. Hey, let me stop you. Yeah. It's Friday, bro. Tell me the best thing you done seen all week so far.
Man, listen, by far, I don't even know why this was a thought. The best thing that I saw this week was that the NBA was back. Bro,
I'm with you,
man. That last night's game was crazy, bro. It felt epic. And I
want to jump in on this one because that is one of mine.
Yeah.
Besides the NBA coming back, the Queen Bee put out Black is King, by the way. I got to check that out. So I'm excited to see that visual project by Beyonce, right? Beehive ambassador as well. The one of the soul. I'm like the Beehive security guard anyway, though, man. But that's coming out. But my other thing that I had circled, NBA is back, though, man. I was hyped.
Yeah.
Yeah, so very easily.
Yeah, I know we're gonna get into the game a little bit later. I'm just saying.
No, we there. Let's get into it. We going right there.
All right. Well, I mean, I think the biggest thing for me, right? I love the solidarity of all the stuff. Here's the thing: I don't need them telling me about somebody who decided to stand for the anthem. Like at this point, we know the NBA is gonna have a stance. I don't need to know if a single person decided to stand. Like I don't need to know that. Like
did anybody stand?
Yeah, there was a guy from the Orlando Magic. Isaac.
Isaac. I know. Yeah.
He stood. He just basically said, like, listen, man, I don't think kneeling or wearing a t-shirt is the answer. You know what I'm saying? I think that, I feel him. He wants to do some action and not just wearing a t-shirt or kneeling.
I get that.
So me too. But at the same time, I don't need a report. Bleacher Report was blowing me up with like, oh, everybody kneeled down for the anthem. Like, okay.
I'm gonna be honest with you though. If you don't kneel, I'm gonna need to know why. It's not that you like this. You don't have to. It may be. Hey, listen, I'm just a fan, right? But at the same time, I do want to know. Well, if you're not kneeling, tell me what's your stance, right? I think that given the NBA is 90%, if not 80% at the least, African-American players. And this is something that as a whole, the NBA is addressing to say, this is a cause that we're looking to, look into. If you're not, I'm not going to jump on your back about it. I just want to know what your justification is, though.
I mean, I get that. But at the same time, I am encouraging every person to use their platform to do what they feel. But I'm also on the same side as what Charles Barkley is saying too. Like a lot of people are watching basketball for an escape. And so again, I don't want the message to get lost. I want everything that people do to be authentic, but I want them to do it. I want it to be authentic. I don't just want it to be, well, the rest of the team doing it, so let me go ahead and kneel. I don't want that. What I did think was dope, I was watching before I come back to this Lakers game, I was watching that Jazz game, and I was looking at Ingles, and on the back of his jersey, he had Ally, and I thought that was super dope.
I think that is fire, bro.
Yeah.
I think that's fire. That was one of the things that I noticed right off the cuff when I saw him in there, because I think that while the NBA is a predominantly Black league, I think that you would be remiss if you didn't also think that while this is a Black issue, it's not going to be something that you can resolve by just Black people. And I think that it is dope when you can say, hey, I am here to help. And it's not to say that you can save the day. I thought that was fire though, bro. I thought the message of what I can say is that I love that. I'm not gonna lie. I love how Black it was. It was black on black on black on black, blackity black, 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 black. And what I liked about it though is that it's not even so much the message. What I love is that the NBA's embracement that this is an issue that our players who this climate impacts directly, they feel this way. And I just love how the NBA went all in with it, right?
Yeah. Even to owners, the national anthem and everything.
Everything about it. It's like I love that the NBA recognized that, hey, this is a players' league. 90% of our players are African American. They're impacted by it. They tell us an issue, we gonna get behind them. I think that that's dope, bro. I think that it's real dope.
Yeah. Now back to the game.
The game. Let's talk about the game. Let's talk the Utah game first. Talk about the Utah game first.
I didn't really get to watch the whole game. I watched probably the first half. I did see that Zion only play like 15 minutes, and he was a little upset about.
I'm tired of it, bro.
What do you mean?
I'm tired of not listening, bro. If you are in the race for the 8th seed, and I understand that the idea is that you want to make sure that this man is along for the long ride, right? Right. I think that the thing that drives me the crazy is that I'm like, listen, you didn't had a 3-4 month break, right? And I knew that when he first you were coddling his minutes because you wanted to be careful. He had this, that, and the other. But I'm thinking, like, you mean to tell me that after 4 months, y'all still coddling this dude like that? Like, let him play though, bro. And not just that, the team is clearly better when he's on the court.
Right, so but that wasn't why they cut his minutes though. They cut his minutes because he just came off of quarantine.
Listen, I know that he just came off of quarantine, but it still doesn't change the fact that he's in shape, he's healthy. That's my thing. Like, I get what they're saying. You might as well not play him at all. But my thing is that to see them continue to not, and I'm just saying that they're clearly a much better team when he's on the court. And I don't know if it's that his play does impact their, I'm pretty sure that there's a stat that says his plus minus when he's on the court versus off is like through the roof. But let the man play. Like I'm tired of it though, bro.
But what happens though? They put him out there, he get hurt.
Okay. Well, what happens, Ace Kennedy, if he goes to the bathroom tonight or he's in the shower and he slips falling out the shower? Like it can happen. So my thing is that I'm a perfect example. Ja Morant, he's out there playing, right? And he's getting all the minutes in, and his team is benefiting because he's getting the minutes. Imagine, right, that if they took the cuffs off of Zion Williamson and they actually played him more, I just think that their team would be further ahead because now they're getting more minutes with them all on the court with him.
Yeah, I get that. But again, Ja Morant didn't come off of quarantine. Zion did.
But so even then,
listen, they did the exact same thing to Patrick Beverley. Patrick Beverley hadn't been to no practice. And so he comes back off of quarantine. He got like, 6 minutes? And let's be honest, Pat Beverley was going crazy last night.
So listening, bro. I knew from how nappy Pat Beverley hair was that he was about to ball out, bro. Hey. Let's switch because let's talk about that.
Well, hold on. I wanted to say something too, man. The boy B.I. was going crazy last night.
B.I., listen, bro. I did not think B.I. was this good. Like when they gave the Kevin Durant comparison, I thought it was because he was tall and skinny. I didn't think B.I. was going to be I didn't see it. Like this, I didn't even think that he was that. But this is the thing.
I think that LeBron though, bro.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. It's not that, bro. It's usually no. I'm gonna take it a step back further. What I'm saying is that maybe in this day and age where Duke is more interested in the one and done players, I didn't see I didn't see him balling like this at Duke. And to be quite honest with you, I didn't think Jason Tatum was going to be that good either, because when you playing on a system and you got all of these other players who are potential one-and-done players as well, everyone isn't going to get equal shine. So like when Cam Reddish was there, Cam Reddish can ball, but I didn't know that he was going to be there. RJ Barrett, I kind of knew, but like all of these one-and-done players that played for Duke, I didn't know how good they were going to be. And maybe it's that they're pros now and that all they do is ball 24/7, the thing ball, and they don't have to worry about school. But I didn't see B.I. I didn't see that he was going to be this good. Even when he went to New Orleans, my concern was that he didn't have the skill that Kevin Durant had to get his shot off over people, even though he's skinny.
Yeah, but here's my thing. In my opinion, and this is my other example, right? He was with LeBron, so LeBron dictated where the ball was going. Then he was coming off of injury when he first went to New Orleans, so he was still getting his step back. Now, I will say that and also compare that to Victor Oladipo, right? When he was in OKC, when we got him as in OKC, we was getting him thinking he was going to be the third option. Well, that was the year Kevin Durant left, so he became the second option, but he was only getting the ball after Russ gave it to him. So he's better with the ball in his hand. So you see what he's doing now in at the Pacers, and it's because of the fact. And it's like, yo, where was this at in Oklahoma? And why wouldn't he?
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I see what you're saying when he got to the league, but I thought Victor Oladipo was that good when he played for Indiana. Like to me, this is what I'm saying is that when I looked at him play in college, he seemed to have those spurts where he was unguardable in college. He had the athleticism, everything that, and now mind you, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I saw this from Victor Oladipo. Yeah. But what I'm saying is that I never saw B.I. dominate anybody in college. Like he seemed very guardable. He was tall. And I think that when I see that, it's hard for me to see someone's potential when I don't see them have dominant moments. Like Zion had dominant moments. You knew he had it from the jump. But it may be Duke, because Duke will have a bunch of players that are like that. Jahlil Okafor, they got a few of them guys that just, they one and dones. But I'm just like, yeah. But with that said, I'm very impressed with B.I. though, man, because I did not see him being this good though.
I have to shout out B.I., bro. The day of the draft, like before he even got drafted, he started following Deuce. No, when he got signed to the Lakers, he started following. I thought that was dope, bro. It was pretty
wild,
dope, bro. Other standouts in that
game. Check in. Shout out to the homeboy Mark, of course, always checking in for the boys. Shout out to the homie Chad, Gary. I laughed because we were talking about that 40, and Gary chimed in on that early.
Yeah, we gonna get on that. And also Lakers. Shout out to PBR too.
Shout out to the boy PBR though, checking in also. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Lakers game though.
No, bro.
Go. I'm waiting for you to get to it though. Bro, I got a lot to say. We clapping it up.
You're talking.
Let it be. You let it marinate. Go ahead. Let me see it.
Hey, I'm trying to give your boy Mike Conley some props the way he was out there balling.
Okay.
My thing was that when he left Memphis, a lot of people was thinking like, at one point he was the best. He was the highest played.
WAP.
Yeah, he was getting that money, and so then he just kind of fell off, and then he goes and now he's found his swing. I mean, he's definitely was an upgrade from Ricky Rubio. So to see him actually getting those steps off, and like it just seemed like, even though this wasn't like anything really to do with the NBA, the little horse tournament thing that he did, like he was doing stuff that was like, all right, I didn't know he was, ambidextrous with all of his stuff. So to see him doing stuff in the game like that, like I just thought it was real dope to see him getting his swing back. So
let me tell you what's funny about Mike Conley. There is a old school celebrity dunk contest, and Mike Conley's daddy is out here jumping from the free throw line, well past the free throw line. When he is out there, he out here doing 360s. He out here killing it in this little celebrity dunk contest though, with Michael Irvin and Barry, all these other athletes. Dion, I think, is in there. Chris Carter. It was cold though, man. But anyway, I thought that when
also with Mike Conley, so he's related to Trey Alexander, which Trey Alexander is the kid out here that everybody's waiting to see what direction he's gonna go in. The kid that Deuce grew up with. So
I watched when Deuce played against. I think we say he go to like Heritage Hall or something like that.
Yeah,
Heritage Hall. I watched the game. I could tell he got the sauce though, man. He should be.
Yeah, that's his little cousin, and so his uncle played in the G League too, and his dad is. I mean, that whole family is a basketball family, bro.
These Gwinnett boys out here, Ace, high school basketball, they dogs, bro. And what's crazy about this, right, is that I'm not gonna say it's new because speaking of Lou Williams is from Snellville in Gwinnett. Lou Wing, right? But these boys out here, man, Grayson, Archer, Shiloh, like they got hoopers. Like it surprised me though, man. So anywho though, man. But the Utah game though, back to the Utah game. I thought that the one thing that I thought was real dope, right, is the not poetic justice of it, but not the irony either. But the fact that what's my man? My God, what's
Rudy Gobert?
Rudy Gobert scores the first bucket, ends the game. Also, first player to test positive for COVID.
Yeah,
scores the first bucket back in the season. Scores the last game winner. But I thought that was dope. And the thing I like about that is that he was only like a 60-something% free throw shooter. You put him on the line, he got to knock down 2. Boom, that's good. I think that that's pretty clutch for someone who's not necessarily known as a good free throw shooter, though, bro. Yeah, so that was dope.
I still don't think Dana done forgave him yet either.
Who?
Dana. Royce O'Neal.
Oh my God! Royce test positive for him?
Straight, but it was the principle that he was out there.
I get that.
So yeah, I don't think Dana ever forgave him. So yeah, she
ain't Dana ain't sending him one of them good plates that
I was about to say she ain't giving him no Christmas card either. Yeah. All right, brother. Let's transition to this Lakers game.
Let's talk about the Lakers because I got a lot to say about this game, bro.
Listen, shout out to my boy PG who was out there hoping, but at the same time, props to the boy. 17th year in the season. That little boy LeBron with that clap defense, bro.
Hey man, look. Here's what I think. This is what's crazy. So there are some times out here that I see Kawhi Leonard appears to be walking with a limp. Maybe it's just me, but I'm sitting here like I knew that they say he had arthritic knees, but I'm watching him move around though, bro. And he just doesn't look like he has it. Like, I don't know what it is, but he just didn't seem. Listen, this is what's crazy. He has spurts where he was looking explosive. And what I think is crazy to me about it is that he got around LeBron like the one time or whatever, but I thought LeBron played pretty good D on him. The thing that really got me the most, though, man, is that I was blown away because LeBron was trying to guard him the entire game.
Yes.
What I think is interesting, though, right, is that it wasn't like Kawhi was waving everybody off to say, no, I got him. I'm better than him, right? I thought that it was crazy to me that LeBron was trying to sit in that seat on him, and they was doing the pick at the beginning to get their weaker defender. So if Caruso was in the game, they would go ahead and set the screen. Whoever LeBron was guarding, if he was guarding Kawhi, they would send whoever their weaker defender. So it was Kuzma, it was J.R. Smith, it was whoever. Kuzma though don't play no defense at all though, bro. And as I was glad to see LeBron take the challenge of guarding, you know what I'm saying, the boy Kawhi. But at the same time though, bro, I got to be honest with you, though, man. It made me nervous for the Lakers, though, bro. Like, I don't think that the Lakers can win like this in 7 games against the Clippers when they get all their people, bro.
Not with all them turnovers. And, bro, I'm not finna be like all these other analysts and you just joined them talking of just foregone conclusion that the Clippers and the Lakers are meeting in the final. Not happening.
I know that you want to get the Thunder in there. I'm just saying this.
It's not even the Thunder, bro. I just don't.
No. Here's what I mean. When I say that, what I'm saying is that I look at it like this, bro. I think that by me saying that, now maybe this is just, I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment. I just thought that the Lakers look hella beatable to me.
They do.
Yeah, they look very beatable. Not the turnover. I'm not going to get into turnovers because I'll chalk that up into saying they just get back into the swing of things. What makes me nervous about them, right, is that I think that their rotation looks way different now that Avery Bradley isn't out there, right? Yeah. I think that, to me, I was impressed with Dion Waiters. I was like, yo, he got to get minutes.
Yeah, he do.
But what really makes me nervous about them, right, is that now you got to rely on Caruso. Bro, I sat there and watched Caruso do nothing for most of the game, and then he started trying to let some threes go and everything like that. He was wide open, but he doesn't like shut anybody down on defense. He doesn't score a lot of points. He's just out there, just I don't know. I was disappointed. I was like, what? Like, I just thought that Caruso would be balling more, that he played more minutes. And then the thing that got me the most also was that now that you don't have Avery Bradley out here playing starter minutes, and now it feels like that Kuzma has even more of the green light. Like, I think that I only saw Kuzma pass the ball. Oh, my gosh. Listen. I only saw Kuzma pass the ball like one time to Anthony Davis for the three, but he is like the jack of all. Like, he is a complete Jackavelli, though, bro. He be letting that thing fly with no regard. So, bro,
listen.
Let's hear it.
My hot take. Part of the reason that the Lakers would be beatable is because your boy Anthony Davis, Mr. AD, Mr. I'm gonna wear number 23 next year. Mr. It's late in the season and I'm about to grow these dreads. Mr. I just got poked in my eye last time I played. He fragile, bro.
I'm nervous that when I've watched him play against the Clippers, that he has probably I've watched him in 2 games score all of 2 points in the fourth quarter. He was beasting all 3 quarters. The fourth quarter, I think that he may have, after he was hot in the third, it just seems like he just stopped. Like, he just, for no reason. Like, how do you put up, this is my thing. If KD scores 30-some points in the third quarter, he's going to try to finish you off and hit 40 or 50.
Yeah.
If Steph Curry, if Giannis, if all of these other players who I consider to be top 10 players are dropping 30 on you, they're not going to disappear on you like that. And that's what makes me think that, yeah, there's very few teams that got somebody who can deal with Anthony Davis. But you seem like you only got to worry about him for 3 quarters.
But here's the thing, though. And I'm not one of these people that's finna say, oh, if they would have had Lou Wings, if they would have had Montrezl Harrell. No, but I'm just saying, Montrezl Harrell is a man. And, bro, he would put that wood.
He used to be one of my favorite players when he played for Louisville, bro.
Oh, he is a man. Like,
Montrezl Harrell seems like he's been this same size since he was about 9th grade.
Right.
Because when I saw him play at Louisville, he was the same size. And he's not like Ben Wallace, but he's like a slimmer Ben Wallace, but he's been this size almost. It seems like he's been this size all his life. So he's comfortable with playing at this same. I like Trez though, bro.
I like him a lot, but I'm gonna be honest too, man. I'm just looking at if other teams were to play the Lakers, man. I just feel like with Steven Adams and Nerlens Noel, both of them can give AD fits. Like
I don't. I think that I don't know about Nerlens.
He's going to get points. I'm talking about as far as being able to disrupt him, to basically to cut some of his points. He's gonna get points, but I'm saying I just feel like the Thunder can hold the Lakers.
Bro. If you only got to worry about him for 3 quarters, and I would agree with that. But I think that, to the thing about about the Clippers though, that made me think, not to say that it's inevitable that they're going to be in the Western Conference Finals. Right. I guess what I'm just saying is that if I'm watching them, right, if the Lakers beat them by 2 points and the Clippers didn't have their 2 best fourth quarter players, right? Mm-hmm. If I'm the Clippers, I'm okay with losing last night, knowing that this is the Lakers. Despite with Rondo, I know Rondo's missing, but this is basically the Lakers team loaded. And if I'm the Clippers, I'm thinking like, all right, no, you haven't seen our team at its best. So I think that once you get Lou Wings back, and then I think that you get Trez out there though, bro, like it made me think, had they had Avery Bradley and Rondo, then I think that Avery Bradley being able to not shut like Paul George down, but being able to reasonably guard him. Like Paul George was out there looking like he could have cooked anybody though,
just
bro.
About to ask you, because you and I have had that conversation about superstars, stars, and all of that.
He's still like an all-star. He ain't superstar to me though, bro.
Man, listen. I like PG, bro. Like, my thing is this, right? I wish the experiment of him and Russ could have lasted another year. I mean,
he's a great number 2, dude. He's the best number 2 player. Well, maybe Anthony Davis at this point. Okay, let me ask you this: is Anthony? Okay, listen. Is LeBron at this point number 2, or it's Anthony Davis?
No. See, this is the problem, right? With Anthony Davis, right? LeBron is still trying to get him involved. Like, it's LeBron's play that wants to get him, because LeBron is playing more point guard. So he's trying to feed AD. AD is still the number 2. Like, there's a reason that AD left New Orleans to come to LA.
And that's why I think, okay, I understand that. But for that same logic, it's why I think Paul George he's not a superstar, bro. Like, Paul George is a star, and he is an all-star. But I just don't think that he is on superstar level, because when he was the number 1 guy, he gave up that when he wanted to leave.
But right? That's what I'm saying. But I don't think he's trying to be the number. Here's my thing, right? Like, it's okay to be a number 2. Like, my thing is, I would love to have Klay Thompson on my team, and he's the number 2. So my thing is that all the teams are trying to at least.
I understand what you're saying, but I think that my thing is that
a superstar.
No, see, this is the thing is, I think though that there was a time where Paul George was trying to be that number 1 player.
Time. You're right. Was a time.
Right, but I don't think. But see, it's different, because I don't think that Paul George is that far removed. I think that Paul George. I put this. It's not a. I think that it means something to Paul George that last year he was in the top 3 for MVP rankings, right? I think that still means something, where I don't think that matters to Klay Thompson. That's the difference I mean.
Yeah, but at the same time, he also knew he was injured though, bro. I don't think Paul George is not living outside of reality. Like, the thing is that it's about winning for him now. He's been the guy. He's been in that position to try to win or whatever. And
I get what you're saying, but to me, I just think that it's different to me how I think Kawhi views himself versus Paul George, and how LeBron views himself, and how Kyrie and I don't know. I understand what you're saying, because at this point, he's probably thinking, I just want to get the ring at whatever the cost is. Right. I get that. But I think that but here's the thing. I think that when the history is written of basketball and they win the ring, what Paul George did to help them win the ring is going to matter. So it's going to matter. It's going to matter, right? That in the history of basketball, to me, it's going to matter to me that if Paul George, if they win the championship and Paul George scores 15 points, in the last game, right? Or the game winning, the game that deciding game that Paul George scores 15 points. Like it means something to me though.
It does. It means something to me too. And here's my thing though. Because PG did it the right way. Even when he left Oklahoma, I didn't like that he left Oklahoma, but at the same time, there was no ill will towards it because he did stuff the right way. And
he looks better though. This is maybe because he was healthy. He looked like he could have, but because that's the case, I would have wanted to see Paul George last night say, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and take this thing on over because I feel like I can get my shot off easily.
But at the better shot. But he still did. I understand that, but he still did what he was supposed to do because he is the number 2. He knows that.
I think, but see this thing, but I just think that he should have had a Kobe moment and said, no, right now, the best thing for the team is for me to have the ball because can't nobody out here guard me. That's the reason why, because think about that. If LeBron is if at this point, right, on the perimeter, LeBron is their best perimeter defender. He can't guard Paul George and Kawhi. Well, he did that one play, but you can't pick him on. So I just think that because of the matchups, Paul George should have been more assertive, and a number 1 or superstar would have done that.
I mean, I think he played his position. I mean, but like I say, I can't take away from LeBron because at that last play,
LeBron sat in that seat, and I was loving that though, man. Because
LeBron said,
"Get over here!" Hey, listen, bro. I was happy to see LeBron guard Kawhi all game long, right? But what I was surprised to see is how Kawhi was calling for the pick and roll, calling for the screen to get LeBron off of him, though, bro. That's the thing that surprised me, though, bro.
Yeah.
So.
Anything else about this game?
No, I'm good on that. I'm straight.
I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this. Just something real quick before we transition. I got that notification that MLB might be shutting it down, bro.
Woo, the Marlins, though, bro.
Yeah,
the Marlins are out here. Listen, man, it's gonna be crazy because I laugh because I was talking about this to somebody at work today. It's just like a Florida thing for it to be the Marlins. Like I'm talking about, like now, mind you, I went to Florida. And I had a good time on vacation there. I think in the area that I was in Florida, it was people were more, conservative about, wearing a mask. It was mixed. I mean, people were covered. And I don't think that I saw very many people, but I saw more than what I would have thought, right? But they just say out in Miami in that area, like they just out here going raw dog, like they shooting up the club without wearing a mask and all this stuff. And so it makes sense that with all of the hotbeds, the teams that have the states that have teams, especially in those hotbed spots, that their players would. Now, I don't know how the players, would have gotten it or whatever, but it's the very Florida thing to do, though, man.
Yeah, I understand.
Chad said, don't hate on Florida. We ain't all stupid. Right. Apparently, bro, it's just the Miami area, though, bro. Yeah. But no, that's interesting, though, man. Very interesting.
That is interesting, man. I like I said, I would be I don't know what I mean, I personally wouldn't care because I don't follow baseball like that. So if but at the same time, I care for the fans. I care for their job, stuff like that. But I also just want them to be safe, to be honest. So but yeah, man, it is interesting, and it would be interesting to see if that kind of changed it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what you want to talk about next, bro?
Hey man, so listen, kind of interesting thing though, man. We've been talking about this these versus battles, right, for a little while. And we've been talking about who can do, I think that we've always talked about like matchups we'd want to see, right? And I thought that was pretty interesting, though, man. I saw Timberland was talking about, hey, is this what y'all want to see? A Usher versus Chris Brown. You know what I'm saying? And then people were talking about like who can beat Drake. Drake's unbeatable with these kind of things, right?
Yeah. So
then I thought that was kind of interesting, though, man, that Chris Brown came back and said, nah, man, I'd only do a battle against myself because can't nobody get with me like that, though, bro. I'm not going to lie, though, man. Part of the new approach to me about not being as humble respected that because he's probably thinking like, nah, they ain't nobody. I think that that's a real subtle shot at Usher to be like, I understand that you're the big homie for R&B, but you ain't getting with me though, bro.
Listen, bro, stop. Like, here's the thing, man. Chris Brown is good, and Chris Brown has definitely done a lot for the industry. And I would love to do a song with Chris Brown. But at the same token, stop, bro. Like, you don't want that smoke with Usher. And that's the thing. That's just all to it. And then even if he thought, okay, Usher's not in my league, like you said, what's up with that Drake smoke? You know what I'm saying? Like, just say you don't want to participate in verses. That's all you got to do. But to just get that, like, nah, stop.
I think that this is the thing that I find interesting about the Chris Brown comment, because this is where I kind of, I'm tripped out on it, right? Because I understand that, let's just say over the last 10 years, right? Chris Brown probably has been the guy for R&B, probably the most influential artist and everything like that. And you can also say that Drake has been that for rap, right?
Yeah.
But I think that the issue that I have with saying that can't nobody beat them is that the 20 songs, we're not talking about everything you've done. We're saying, give me your 20 bangers, right? And when you give me your 20 bangers that you say, these are your 20, whether they're your best songs or your 20. And if you line up Usher in particular's 20 songs, right? I think that Chris Brown is a better artist than Usher. And by better artist, I mean that I think that personally, Usher sings better now, but I think that Chris Brown sings better than Usher, period, right? I think he dances better. I think that he does the same things that Usher does, but better. Every little thing that Usher does, Chris Brown does better to me. I know that's hard for you to get that because that's your boy with Usher.
Wait a minute.
Hey,
who are you?
Listen. But with that said, I do think that if I was picking 20 Chris Brown songs and I pick the 20 Usher songs that I think that he could slide into a versus battle, I'm inclined to believe that while I think that Chris Brown is overall better, Usher's 20 songs would be better than Chris Brown's, right? And maybe Chris Brown is saying, listen, man, holistically, he can't rock with me holistically, career-wise, everything that I've done, sales, whatever it is. I can see him saying that.
There's a couple of people that could beat Chris Brown, and that's why I'm okay. I'm just naming names. First of all, I have to agree with Chad. I think Kales would wash him.
You think Kales would wash him?
Yeah.
What now? What do you mean wash? What kind of score do you mean? Wash.
I'm thinking 15,
wash to me.
15 to 5.
15 to 5?
Yeah.
Bro, that's a lot.
R. Kelly?
Okay, let's wait. Let's talk about this right quick.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Seems like you're ready.
Let's
hold on. Let's talk about this right quick. Seems like you're ready. Tempo slow. I'm just naming R. Kelly songs.
12
Seems
play.
like you're ready. Tempo slow. 12 play.
Ignition.
Feeling on your booty. Ignition.
Part 2.
Ignition part 2. Step in the name of love.
I believe I can fly.
I believe I can fly. Did I say seem like you're ready?
Contagious.
Contagious.
Trapped in the closet.
No, he'd lose that round if he pull that out.
No, he won't.
Chris Brown got several songs better than Trapped in the Closet. Any of the 15 that R. Kelly got better than Trapped in the Closet.
Now, which one of the 32 verses of Trapped in the Closet is he going?
All of them. Any Chris Brown song. I hated that. I hated every single one of those, bro.
Gigolo.
No, you pull out Gigolo, he gonna get smoked, bro. You set R. Kelly up for failure. No, Chris Brown got several songs that are better than Bump Bump Bump.
No, he'll put Bump 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 up against Chris Brown.
There we go. Sex Me, Vibe, Slow Dance. There we go. Now we talk. You calling out the 515 wash and you ain't even got this.
Charles,
okay.
I am not the research department.
I gotta get the research department.
I'm telling you.
Research department. I need you to find out the 20 best R. Kelly songs. We got to get to the bottom of this. With that said, the issue that I have, it goes back to what I'm saying. Chris Brown, listen, bro. I do agree with you that R. Kelly would win. I'm not saying that, but I don't. Damn, I'm trying to think about the score, bro.
Bro, 15-5, R. Kelly.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro.
I'm talking about it, I'm saying that you do the research and you again, you know my stance.
Research
selection matters.
Listen,
nobody really likes tempo slow except for us, bro. That's sequence song.
Oh my god, I love tempo slow.
I know.
Too, oh,
that ignition is the remix to ignition, hiding fresh out the kitchen. Mama rolling that body, got every minute.
You know, funny. I actually like the original version more than the remix. I like the girl, please let me stick my key in your ignition, babe. I like that one better personally. 12-8. Mark called it 12-8.
What about
Here's the thing about it. What I'm wondering, this is the problem that I have, right? Is I just can't think of Mark got it 12-8. I'm sure that's R. Kelly to Chris Brown. But now that you say 15-5, I just can't think of any 8 Chris Brown songs that are better than the 20 songs that I have in my head. Like, what song does Chris Brown have that's better than Feeling on Your Booty?
I don't know. And that remix.
I like that. I like the original better. And I just think that it's not even about like this. If R. Kelly just went out and did a Nelly and just picked a bunch of songs that only he liked, that would be one thing. But if you just told me I'm setting up this Verzuz battle and I basically say, here are the 20 R. Kelly songs that I think would smoke Chris Brown or anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I think that R. Kelly then would clean up 15-5. But even with that said, what are 5? I like Chris Brown. What are 5 Chris Brown songs? 5 Chris Brown songs. These hoes ain't loyal. They're not. It's not better than. Listen, is Loyal better than Feeling on Your Booty?
What about Run It?
Is Run It better than Step in the Name of Love?
15-5.
I might be able to see 50. I think 50, but I can't even think of 5 Chris Brown's best songs.
But that's the thing, I'm not gonna disrespect Chris and say like he don't have hits. You know he
has hits, but
it's gonna come down to song selection because he got 82 songs on his last album by itself.
Listen, you know what? More than this is the thing about it, bro. This is the problem that I have, and this is the same argument that I have when it comes to Chris Brown, and then also not R. Kelly, but Drake, right? Because here's the thing, maybe because we getting old, but when I hear R. Kelly, I can tell you on these old R. Kelly songs what I was doing and probably shouldn't have been doing to these old R. Kelly songs, right? They're songs that tell the history of where I was. So it's hard for me to get over where I was and my experience with these songs and the feel that they give. And that's the reason why I don't think that Drake is unbeatable. Like, Drake has every record that you can think of when it comes to a rap artist. He is probably the highest selling rap artist of all time. But with that said, I don't think that Drake's 20 best songs give me the same feel even that Snoop Dogg 20 would give me, or that Jay-Z's 20 would give you. So I don't know.
I don't know, man. I like I said, I definitely think that Chris, he does. I still think that was a bad play. I don't care if you believe in yourself like that or not. Like, you just say you don't want to participate in verses. I will respect that more than can I just go against myself. Like, nah, bro, sit down somewhere. But you mentioned Snoop, and it's interesting because this week I watched the interview that he had with the Breakfast Club, and there was a couple of quotable things that he said. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of gems he had in that whole interview. Something Mark brought up. They were talking about he talked about his time with No Limit and how Master P saved his life, and he was a part of the doc series that Mark watched. And man, the other things that were quotable outside of the No Limit stuff, he talked a lot about where he was at when the murder case came up and why he never had money. He talked about Eminem not being in his top 10. And he also talked about the biggest thing that we kind of this boy right here, you stupid.
He said Eminem ain't in his top 10.
Nah. But I mean, he said it in a respectful way. And of course, the headlines is like, oh, Snoop said Eminem ain't top 10. Like, bro, he said what he said, and he had explanation to back it up. It's kind of like us talking about R. Kelly when it comes to CB. It's the same thing. Like, we grew up in a different era. And so the other thing that he said, he talked about, because they asked him, like, yo, why you didn't play Still DRE in the verses? He said, because that ain't my song. He said Jay-Z wrote that. And he said it so casually, like we just, everybody knew that. Like, I know probably people who sit up there and go through credits and stuff like that or whatever, they probably saw that. But it was just the way he just like casually just spilled that out there. Like, it is what it is. And you being an MC, how do you feel about that? Because as an R&B dude, it doesn't bother me to have people to write for me or to help me finish off an idea. That stuff doesn't bother me. But that's part of the reason, part of the difference with our process, because you do help me co-write stuff where I can't write a bar on your stuff.
I feel like I'm getting the short end of the stick on this relationship. That's the reason why.
It's so bad.
Listen, that's the reason why. In return, I always send my mixes on over to you to QC. Here's the thing, though, man. Bruh, I'm not gonna lie, man. I was taken back because I knew the story already that Jay-Z wrote the song. I mean, even if you never, if you ever watch the end of Training Day and you see the credits and they play the song credits and they show that the song was written by Jay-Z. And I think that for the most part, while Jay-Z wrote the song, I've always thought that it was common knowledge, right? The thing that I think that for the most part, everybody would understand. Anybody who's been around hip hop would understand that Dre was a producer, right? He wasn't a rapper. So it was very common knowledge that I don't think that Dre's ever wrote anything. Now, I'm not gonna say he probably didn't write nothing, but part of that story was that, that him and DOC, who also did a lot of writing for Dr. Dre, they couldn't come up with nothing. So Dre flies Jay-Z on out there and he does it in an hour. And the part that you said does make sense because it makes sense for Dr. Dre. And it makes sense to me if you Snoop Dogg when you say, no, that's fire. This is a Dr. Dre song.
Yeah.
But I've also heard that Snoop Dogg on other more recent projects that he's had writers on that, people who wrote as well. There's a on his YouTube channel, he talks about somebody at one point that wrote something for him where they were trying to get him to rap almost like the Migos rapping and everything like that. And he was like, I thought it was whack and everything like that. But I think that Snoop has acknowledged as well that he's had writers in the past. But I think that the thing that makes me look at him differently is that Snoop has written for other people as well. Like he's written for Dr. Dre. And I think that because he's been transparent about it, it makes it feel different for me. Now, what I think that
hold on.
Go ahead.
You say that, right? But it's open that Drake has wrote for Kanye and wrote for other artists too.
Right. Which is why to me, it's hard for me personally. I do distinguish it though, right? So I do give, this is the thing about it though, bro. Okay, listen, this is, let me tell you what's crazy. Okay, let me tell you this. And this is how I listen to music differently. I heard Jay-Z on Jay-Z has The Watchers. He got a song called The Watchers. It's probably one of my favorite Jay-Z verses, right? And he says, things just ain't the same for gangsters, but I'm a little too famous to shoot these pranksters. All of these rap singers claiming they bangers, doing all sorts of twists with their fingers, disrespecting the game, no home training the manners. I was doing this when you was sitting in Pampers. I was moving them grams for you knew what a hand-to-hand was, ducking the vans, radar scanners. When I'm hearing this combination of words, I'm impressed. Like, you wrote that. Like that, the fact that he rapped it and he wrote it, it's impressive to me, that wordplay and lyricism. And it says it's the credibility of it. When I'm listening to someone, I'm listening to them, and it means something to me more that this is authentically them, because every single word is important to me when I'm listening to a song. It's different. It to me, than and like in a sentence changes the whole punchline, right? So it means something to me more than someone who says, yeah, I got a writer. If somebody helped you with a hook, that's one thing, right? I don't have a problem with that. But your lyrics to your verses are your content. It's your trueness. It's as an artist, this is the part that I identify you by. And so when you have someone else writing who can mimic your style and write for you, then to me, it does take away the authenticity that I judge others by. And so for that reason, it's why I could never have Drake or Kanye, who are some of my favorite rappers. I could never put them in my top 5 because of that.
So you basically saying Chris Brown better than me because you write some of my stuff and Chris write all his.
Well, I don't know, bro. I mean, I'm dope. So yeah, I might put you ahead of Chris Brown, because I think lyrically, bro, I'm killing Chris Brown. And Chris Brown has writers on every single song. Like you'd be a fool to think that Chris Brown is writing every single record. So no, that's not the same comparison. But what I'm saying is that if I had someone, this is a perfect example. I think that, shout out to my boy PBR, right? I think that PBR is one of the dopest rappers I've ever listened to. I think that highly of his pen. I think that highly of his delivery. But if I'm sitting here, right, presenting to you a song, and I got a whole entire album that if me and him just co-wrote the whole entire thing, and I don't give him the credit for that, but I'm putting this off like this is all me. Yeah, I'm giving you this facade of the artist. This is the artist, right? But part of the authenticity to me, that when I think of ranking, and maybe I'm the only one, I do listen to people. I'm thinking, like, where would I put them at? I list everyone, right? Mm-hmm. And so I think that it adds to the authenticity. If you say, no, this is somebody who's wrote, if I'm writing this song, right? This person helped me write this song. I was stuck on this hook. This person helped me write this hook. But if me and PBR is writing a whole verse, a whole album together, and it's just me, it's like, yeah, that's I don't look at you the same. You shouldn't look at me like, oh man, not to say you got to live what you say in your raps, but you should look at me like I'm not authentic to this. So you can't compare me to Kendrick Lamar if Kendrick Lamar is writing all of this dope stuff, and meanwhile I got somebody helping me with this. It's like I understand that from Snoop Dogg's perspective, that from a song perspective, you may get the most out of the song by having help. But what I'm saying is that I look at someone who did get the help differently from the person who did.
Yeah, but does that take away from Snoop's legacy? I mean, Snoop has done everything, bro.
Snoop, this is what I think. I'm going to be quite honestly. I think that Snoop Dogg's legacy was cemented for the album that he did, right? The No Limit. He could have stopped rapping on the No Limit album, the last No Limit album, and his legacy would have been intact. So for me, I just think that the one thing, there's no way that I think that Snoop Dogg, being in the game for 25 years almost, that you could just stick to the same style, the same way, and then expect for that same thing to work. Yeah, the same result from 95 to work in 2020. So I understand for him to stay relevant, that this, that, and the other. But at the same time, though, right? it does make me look at Jay-Z differently, right? Because Jay-Z didn't do that, right? Jay-Z might have somebody help him out with some hooks and everything like that. But if all the bars are Jay-Z, I got to keep Jay-Z above Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, but I still think looking at Snoop's career and Jay-Z's career, they're two different artists. I mean, because Snoop has ventured off into other genres of music and still been successful, which is why you've crowned him
he's the most popular rapper of all time.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I look at them differently, but I mean, the other big headline obviously was that Eminem wasn't top 10 for him.
He's not in my top 10 either. And I laugh because for almost the same reasons, Eminem isn't in my top 15. He's just outside of my top 15. And Snoop Dogg's logic was that, listen, there were some dudes in the 80s like Rakim that I think just rock it better than Eminem. And even with that being the case, though, right, I do think that, like, to the point that we made last time, Nas made me reevaluate my list, because I thought that even though Nas was one of those golden era rappers, I just thought that there have been people who have contributed more mightily than he has. Even though my boy PBR seems to disagree, but Eminem, though, I just thought that he's contributed in a big way. I mean, you know, he was part of the partnership to get 50 on out there and everything like that. I just think that even still, the Marshall Mathers LP was the only body of work, or even the only song for that matter, that not that I had a connection with, but that it gave me a feel, right? Like it seemed like it wasn't about shock value. Like, this is M being true to me, and from beginning to end, the entire album, I can listen to it and get authentic, like real chill bumps from it. And I just don't think that with all things considered, like, I think that he is very much a part of, you can't write the history of hip hop without talking about the introduction of Eminem. And if you were talking about the most popular rappers of all time, he would probably be in the top 5. But I think that if you were just talking about GOATs, like, I just think that he doesn't have enough of that content to me that just give me the feel that other artists who I would put ahead of him does. Listen, what was your thought though on that though?
I mean,
you don't have M in your list.
Yes, I do.
You got M in your top 5.
Top 10. Bruh. I have him in my top 10, but I told you though. But here's the thing: I've said it from the jump though, that my list was my list. I'm not going off the historical value. Like, you're not going to hear me say Rakim and like all these other like, nah, Mystical's in my list, Busta's in my list, M is in my list, like people that mean, the Brat is in my list, people that mean something to me. So I don't have the same criteria, and I don't like measure my list up against anybody else's, because y'all be using that historical data, and you have to have done your research. And if you don't say,
I got an algorithm.
See, that's what I'm saying. If you don't say,
from the research department, she put together a formula in the Excel document that I refer back to that gives me my list. It's an Excel formula on over here that the research department put together.
I think about
I just thought about something. You said Busta is in your list.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what? I think Busta would beat Drake in a Verzuz battle. 20 Busta songs. I think I would say Busta could beat Drake in a close battle, but I think Busta's 20 best Busta Rhymes songs. I think 20 Busta Rhymes songs are hard to beat, bro.
Charlie, you text me that, and I treated you like how you treat me when I send you a song that you don't like. I didn't even respond.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That's a bad thing. Like, bro, you smoking that Huckabee if you think that Drake is gonna lose to Busta. I love Busta, but Drake ain't losing the Busta, bro. It's
listen. Okay. Maybe this is. I got to contact the research department because what I need to do is I need to figure out. And maybe and listen, I like Drake, right? I'm just trying to figure out. I know that he has all these records. Somebody tell me what 20 Drake songs do you think Drake would pull out in a versus battle? Bro. The 20 Drake songs that you think can't nobody beat. Because I can think of easily 20 Jay-Z songs. But tell me, let me tell you this. Ace Kennedy.
Yes.
Busta Rhymes is gonna play the scenario. Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's that scenario? And then when you hear him say, round, like the Dungeon Dragon, like what are we talking about here, bro?
He gonna get some rounds, bro. He'll get some rounds.
He's gonna pull out woo-ha, got you all in check. He's gonna pull out put your hands where my eyes can see. He's gonna pull out dangerous. He gonna pull out turn it up. Give me some more. What's it gonna be? Pass a Cavassier. Touch it. He's gonna pull out I Know What You Want featuring Mariah Carey. He's gonna pull out Break Your Neck. He's gonna pull out Make It Clap. New York-ish. A-Rap Money. Respect My Columbia. Listen, what I'm trying to tell y'all is that it is not a for sure thing. This is what I'm talking about. He's gonna pull out his verse from I'm So Hood. He's gonna pull out his verse from Get By. He's gonna pull out Don't You, his verse from Pussycat Dolls. He can pull out his verse on Victory. He can pull out his verse on Ante Up. Like, this is what I'm saying, though, bro. I think when I hear Busta Rhymes.
You ain't even say the Janet and Busta song.
The Janet, I didn't say what's it gonna be. That's what I said.
All right.
Listen, what I'm saying though, bro, is that it's not people make it seem like I gotta get with the research department on Tuesday.
Drake has been in the top 10 for the last 10 years, bro.
I listen, I do not doubt that. But what I'm saying,
the thing, you and I grew up on Busta like that, but at the same time, we're living through this Drake stuff. Drake
listen, but I understand, and that's my thing about it. Don't get me wrong. I am not trying to take away Drake from being the top artist. I'm not saying that Drake isn't a better artist than Busta Rhymes. What I'm saying though is that we're only talking about 20 songs. We're not talking about 10 years. Right, we're talking about 20 songs. We're not talking about the best albums. We're saying
20 songs.
Give me your 20 songs. And I'm just saying that I can make the case that Busta would get some rounds off and it would be closer. I think Busta, y'all tripping, bro. Y'all tripping, Ace.
Man, listen, all I got.
I'm mad that that's the reason why you didn't respond back to when I told you that, though.
Yeah, because I thought you was playing. I was like, nah, there's no way he's serious.
Listen, bro. Okay, I gotta get, bro. Listen, this is where y'all losing. This is where y'all lose me at, bro.
Bro, all I gotta do is go back to the.
It's Controller. Is Controller better than Woo-Ha? Got you all in check.
Oh, stop trying to put the tracks next to one another.
You got two. No.
Tuesday you was gonna get it together, so stop doing it.
I'm gonna get I'm just thinking in my head. I gotta get on the research department on this immediately and get to the bottom of this because Ace Kennedy.
I can tell you.
I think that Drake. I know that Drake has a lot of hits that he can choose from. His bag is probably the deepest bag. He got how these new rappers be out here wearing these purses. He got the biggest bag. Ain't there? Who said? My boy, Lil Baby said, you can pick the biggest Chanel bag in the store you want, or whatever they said. He says, you can pick the biggest Chanel bag in the store if you want. Ain't that what he say? Don't drip too hard.
I don't know. Listen
anyway, what I'm saying, right? Is Drake can really get in his bag with
a bag of hits, bro.
He got a bag, and he probably got more hits to choose from. it's almost why, you know what got me thinking this, bro? What got me thinking this is T.I. saying, I will clean anybody. And T.I. must know something. Now, T.I. versus Busta would be dope. Now think about that. But
it would be.
T.I. versus Busta would be fire, bro. But at the same time, though, for the same reasons, I think that T.I. think that he would wash anybody. T.I. must know something that everybody else don't know, right? And I'm thinking like when you line up T.I.'s songs that he could potentially pull out, and I'm sitting here thinking that about Busta Rhymes now. I'm just like, listen, man.
I'm not. That's what I'm saying. Busta is, like I said, he's in my top 10. I am not disrespecting that man.
No, tripping,
I'm saying, bro, that boy Drake, man, that's a tough.
I know, I get it though, but I'm not. Listen, I'm not gonna even say that Busta. I'm not gonna guarantee that Busta will win. Yeah. But what I can guarantee you is that he ain't gonna get washed. And I think that the 20 Busta songs.
I didn't say he was gonna wash. I did not say that Drake was gonna wash Busta. I said R. Kelly was gonna wash Chris Brown.
I think that now that you think about it, I think R. Kelly would wash. Boosie said that. Lil Boosie said with conviction, can't nobody. The only person who I think that would wash Chris Brown outside of R. Kelly is Beyonce, bro. Beyonce would wash him.
Okay.
You don't think, look, wait a minute. Ace Kennedy.
You say this
you don't think Beyonce would wash Chris Brown?
You say this every pod. I'm pretty sure she probably would. I'm sure she would.
I was about to say, don't talk about Beyonce like that, bro.
I seen that Ashanti finally accepted Keisha Cole's, but I don't want to see that.
Who asked for it?
Nobody.
You said 2 Chainz. Listen, you said 2 Chainz and Rick Ross. You ain't care for who asked for Ashanti. And
I don't care about that battle or that.
Keisha Cole got 10 songs that you can think of right now that you would consider bangers. I can think of 5.
No, I gotta see. I don't like Keisha Cole because she did one of my friends wrong. So that's why she automatically would lose. So my homegirl, who's actually gonna be in one of my future videos, she's a makeup artist, and she came out here to Old City, man. And you know, Keisha Cole's got this writer that says she has to have these particular products for her skin. And she was having people do her makeup, hair, and nails all at the same time. But she also didn't give the allotted time that it was supposed to be. Like you had to meet at a certain place at a certain time. Like, you know, all these, you know, the whole celebrity thing. Well, the long story less long, basically, that she didn't get paid for the job. And she had to go out and buy these expensive products to do. And so it's just like, man, I ain't
trying to, man, listen, I'm not trying to get on the defending over $40. But listen, man, I don't think that, listen, I'm going to be honest. I think that once Keisha Cole got her teeth fixed, bro, I think that's when her music just went down, bro. I love Keisha Cole with the Gap, bro. Once she got the Gap fixed, I understand that, you know, like that's
she ain't been the same since Idris, bro.
She ain't since who?
Idris Elba.
What are you talking about?
Bro, you don't. No, she wrote a whole album about Idris Elba. That used to be her dude.
No, I didn't know that dude.
Oh my gosh, you serious?
No, I didn't know that dude.
Yes, Idris Elba, bro. She had
no way, bro.
Listen, I'm trying to.
If she was with Idris Elba, that's when he was still Stringer Bell, probably then, bro. Like I don't know.
Listen to what I'm telling you, bro. She is scorned over that dude, bro.
She was with Boobie Gibson for like all them years, right? She's with some dude who's like 22 years old now, bro.
Wait. Oh, I ain't talking about.
You getting it wrong. You talking about.
I'm talking about. I ain't even. Oh, I'm talking about. What's her face? Oh, crazy girl. She worked with Kales too. Oh,
you talking about K. Michelle?
K. Michelle. That story I told was about K. Michelle. It wasn't about.
Oh boy, I was about to say. I did hear that though, man. Listen, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you though, man. I love me some K. Michelle. I mean, I like her as the artist, though, bro. I like that she does. She never tries to step outside of her lane and everything like that, bro. But I like her music, though, bro.
It was K. Michelle.
I was about to say Keisha Cole.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about now. I got it. I'm straight.
Boy.
As soon as you said fix the gap, that's when it clicked. Like, oh, wrong person.
No, Keisha Cole ain't been the same since she fixed the gap, bro. I love Keisha Cole when she had the gap, though, homeboy.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, man, you talking about, so you said that your homegirl had to go ahead and get this money, and that's what it was. She had to spend a little bit more. Hey, man, what this $40 hitting for out here in these streets,
man,
though, bro?
I don't know what this $40 thing is about, bro. I've been tagged in about 3 or 4 different things. Matter of fact, the $40 thing has gotten to be such one of those that you hear it all the time. I even put it in a song, bro. Like the $40, I don't know what it is about $40. We actually had some people commenting on the $40 earlier in the stream.
Well, my mama jumped on there talking about it ain't too much.
I guess it ain't. Like, I mean, I guess when you think about it, like when you if I ask you for $40, it's not quite $50, but it's a little more than $20. So it's like
so listen. So somebody say, yo, Ace, you got $100 I can borrow. Your shoes clean, bro. I know it. Is it or is it that his shoes clean? I know you got at least you could cut $40.
Yeah.
What
you could put 10 in the tank, you still got $30. And then you might get 10, you might get something to eat.
How far can you go? Listen, Ace. Okay. Let me just talk about that. I only see this $40. So shout out to the homeboy DeMarcus, because I always see him talk about he giving up this $40 to these girls out here in these streets, right? And I think I'm pretty sure, and I'm hoping that he's joking, but I only hear that out here in these streets, the women is asking for the $40. Do men ask women for $40? Like,
I mean, I'm sure it happens, but you don't hear. But I mean, you know,
what is it? So okay. Talk me through this. Now, I don't expect for you to know. You ain't out in them streets like that, right? But what is it about the $40? Is it that you ask for the $40 in exchange, or you hit it back? Do you give the $40 because that's enough?
Most people would say, yo, can I get the $40? I get paid on Friday. So this is like a Tuesday. So
there's some contingency. There's a payback plan for the $40.
It's either you either getting the payback or you getting the payback.
What's the payback?
The payback is them loins.
It make your voice deep.
That horizontal poker.
Listen, man. So okay. Is that worth $40? Is that the going rate these days here?
Man, I guess. Hey, when it's dry in them streets, I guess $40. I guess it is. I mean,
listen. Hey, so I'm trying to what I'm trying to figure out, right, is that you know how, like, when you see something and you say, oh, this is $49.99. It ain't $50 because somebody be like, whoo, that's $50. So is that when you go to the ATM, $40 is automatically option, right? You can't go to an ATM that I know.
You're not going to the ATM to get 60 to then ask the cashier to get you change for 20s and then go take the 10 to put it back in the ATM. Like, you ain't doing that. $40 is quick.
So listen. So this is what I'm wondering. When somebody needs $40, right? Because I'm thinking, like, listen, it's just 40. So is 40 enough? Like you said, you can go ahead. You could go to TGI Fridays, Chili's, get you a 2 for $20, so you can take somebody out to dinner, hypothetically, still have $20 left, put 10 in your tank, you ain't driving that far, and you still holding on to a whole nother 10, maybe you leave a tip or whatever. Though. You got a whole nother $10 in your pocket.
$40 is gonna hold you over. If it's
$40 got that kind of staying power,
it can get you to Friday, bro. If you truly getting paid on Friday. Now, if you one of those people that is asking multiple people for $40, like maybe you stacking that 40. Like maybe
40.
Maybe 3 people gave you the 40. You pay back one of them and you pay back the other one. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on how you running that 40.
So this is what I'm wondering. So when people say because I'm trying to wrap my brain around this 40, right? Yeah. So when you say, listen, can I borrow? Can you hit me with 40? Because this was why I laughed. I saw a video of a dude who said he had a video, he was all fresh, right? And he was like, yeah, I'm trying to practice how I'm gonna slip that 40. And he was like, Slap the 40 that way. Get that 40 that way. Get the 40 that way, right? So I'm just wondering is when you ask for 40, and not that I'm not that you're the expert on $40, right? But you say, hey, you know what? $40. If you need to borrow 40, is the assumption that if so two ways. Yeah. If you're asking for the 40, right? Are you $40 away from I'm flat broke, or do you think 40 could just give you a little fluff? And then the second part to that I'm asking you, is that if you were to give the 40, right? Do you just chalk that up as the loss, or do you expect to get that $40 back the other way?
It depends, because it depends on the way it was asked. Because my thing is that if it's somebody that's asking me for $40 that says, hey, I get paid Friday and I will hit you back, then I expect the $40 back. But I'm giving it with the assumption that I'm not ever going to see that $40 again. But
I'm about to ask the research department if they got $40.
If somebody asks me for the $40 and there's no expectation, like if there's the, hey, can I get $40? Then I'm expecting the $40.
The 40. So Miss Kennedy say, yo, you got that 40. She sends you that. Let's run it back. You get a text from Miss Kennedy.
Hey, you got $40.
Hey, you got $40 I can borrow.
That's right. I'm expecting that $40.
You're expecting that $40. That $40.
That's what I'm expecting.
Now, okay. Is that a two-way street? Is that because you're a man? That's what you expected.
Yeah, that's what you expected. You see, that's the thing.
So if a man asks a female for $40,
she want her $40.
She expecting.
She want $50. She want $50.
Want interest on that back.
Right. Especially you gotta calculate because you gotta specify when you giving that money back. And it's if I'm giving you $40, I want money back. It ain't no $40.
She don't want the 40. So only men are okay with accepting in exchange for $40 cash is that $40.
That's right.
Dog, does it seem like it'd be hard out there in the streets to be single, bro? Like I don't know that I can survive out there in the streets if that's the going rate.
I mean, again, we getting older, brother.
Is this a universal 40? Like, is this 40? Is this exchange of $40, this currency, good in all states? Is the $40 the same? Because New York, $40 might not be able to get you as far as it would down south. California, $40. What is $40? Is so
universal code, bro.
San Francisco is more expensive. So instead of 40, are they asking for the hundo? Because I'm not gonna lie. If you tell me, hey man, let me borrow $100, right? I'm already thinking like, when $100 is halfway through some J's. You know what I'm saying? Like $100, I got questions, right?
$100 is a lot of money, but see, that's
$100 is still a lot of money to me, bro.
You're less upset losing $40 because you think about it, like, man, I blow $40. I blow that anyway. Like, so that's the thing. You just don't have that extra blow money. You know what I'm saying? So $40 is a universal expression for stuff.
Oh my God. I did not know that $40 has that kind of life these days, though, bro. Like I just listen. So if you got your stimulus package, right? Stimulus check, that's the $1,200. That's the $40. 30 days of $40.
I get it. I'm telling you, bro. Like,
so Donald Trump, is he expecting that 40 in exchange for these stimulus checks? Then that's the big question.
That boy out there, he out there grabbing that stuff. So
he said, "I'm gonna get it for you one way or the other." Huh? Yeah. Oh my God, man. I don't know, man. It seems like it would be tough in these streets knowing that $40 could mean something differently, though. The expectations on the payback of $40, though, bro. Ham,
you look like you prepared for that $40 with your shirt on, brother.
Hey, man, I'm retired. That's a veteran. I mean, I've done it. I ain't got nothing else to prove. Listen, you 7 kids, though. You should be wearing this shirt,
bro. We talking about some 7? It's 6.
No, you know that girl up in Temple, dog. That counts still from like.
See here.
I know you was 15 then, but
Nope.
Yeah, you know that Temple count though, man. You know that time where Cleveland put you on, and we was,
I mean, I guess I can say the headquarters too. I mean,
Yeah, we was rowdy in the headquarters, but the research department was there as well. No. Hey man,
what's up?
Listen, man. It is we are right at the Dow though, man. Let's get on up out of here, man. What you got going on for the weekend?
Yo, man, I literally am just gonna be diving into this video. I've been working on it all week, so I'm gonna get up with Brown and we're gonna work a little bit more. Other than that, man, I'm gonna be asleep. I hope that, and if the weather cools off, I really need to get my garage cleaned up. That's what I really, really, really want to do. But if that doesn't work out, then like I said, yeah, I'm gonna be doing a whole bunch of sleeping and I'm gonna be doing a whole bunch of video editing. So.
I think I'm gonna be doing some of the same things though, man. For the time being, though, man, I think that I'm gonna try to go ahead and catch the rest of this NBA game. I think that the Rockets are playing against the Mavs tonight, so that should be a pretty dope little matchup. That I'm gonna try to catch the rest of that. I think that for the most part, though, man, I'm trying to lay low. It's supposed to be sunny. Since we got back from Florida, though, man, we been kind of trying to self-quarantine ourselves anyway, though, man, and not so much be around some of the folks that we typically would. But I think that now we at that period where we've exceeded that, so we might try to catch up with some folks and hit the streets. I might have to pull the if it don't rain, I might just pull Billie Jean out, man, and pull up on everybody, though, man. But other than that, though, man, I'm laying low for the most part this week, and there's a couple of things that I might try to do to get out and about, man. We start school here in about 2 weeks, though, man. So I still might try to get a couple of things in before the school year starts. So that's about it. Nothing major, though.
Yeah. I'm gonna definitely try to catch that game. I was watching Portland and Memphis before we got on. So
yeah.
Man, they was headed to overtime, man, when I had to shut it off. So
I saw Dame cooking, man. He been ready.
That boy Melo was cooking.
Oh yeah.
But that boy Ja Morant though.
Ja ready, bro. Ja ready. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all for checking in, man. Shout out to everybody that was in the comments today. It's your boy Slash Brothers, man. One love. I appreciate it, man.
I'm sorry, Keisha Cole. I'm sorry. It was K. Michelle. I'm sorry.
All right, homeboy.